Welcome to the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast, brought to you by guitar-zoom.com. If you want to improve your guitar playing, keep listening. If you want to improve even faster, go to guitar-zoom.com, where you'll find all of Steve's premium courses, masterclasses, and memberships that'll help you quickly and easily improve your playing. Now here's your host, Steve Stine.
Now the next thing we're going to talk about is scalar string skipping, and that's really when you're playing your scales and you're trying to create what I call intervallic movement. Okay, you're trying to do something that sounds a little more interesting than always just going when you play. You're trying to create larger intervals. Well, one thing you can do is skip strings, right? Or skip notes, I should say. But if you skip enough notes, you're going to wind up actually skipping some strings. So we can use that to our advantage. So for instance, if I was, again, just going to take A minor pentatonic to keep things easy. So instead of playing something like this, I try and play 6, 4, and 2, and then go back and play 5, 3, and 1. It's a really great way of just practicing string skipping. Okay, and then I can make patterns out of this. Like this pattern I like to show a lot to my students where I'll play, again, it's all pentatonic at this point, so I'm playing 5, 8, but then I'm going to jump over and play 5, and then drop down to 7, 5. Now I'm on the 5th string, so I'm going to skip and go to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to skip over and go to the 2nd string and play 5, 7, 5. Then I'm going to skip over and play 8, 5, 8 there. It's just a nice way of getting comfortable with being able to play some string skipping.
If you're enjoying this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, go to guitar-zoom.com and consider becoming a premium member. There are 3 memberships to choose from. VIP, which gives you instant access to a library of short but powerful courses as well as new bite-sized lessons each month. There's also Play Songs that gives you step-by-step lessons so you can learn to play your favorite songs fast. And finally, there's Masterclass, university-level training on everything from soloing to music theory, from blues to home recording. For more info about these memberships and all the premium courses available to you, go to guitar-zoom.com. Now back to the podcast.
So when you're playing, it's not unusual for you to do something like that, to jump over that string. You see? Which is a really big part of my playing, is being able to jump over, intervallically jump over those strings to make something a little more interesting, okay? It doesn't matter whether you're playing pentatonic or diatonic, but it becomes part of the way that you think, is trying to get used to You can think of a lot of really neat things by being able to get the idea of skipping over strings in your brain. Next time on the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast. All right, and we're definitely going to talk about finger picking, which is something I think is really important as well, whether you're playing acoustic or electric. I'm going to use acoustic on this part, but basically what we want to do is understand that just like anything else, when it comes to a technique, we need to develop it and understand what fingers are going where and why and how and all that sort of thing. And so finger picking is really important for that. So what we want to do is, let's just take a D chord, for instance. And there's 3 patterns that I always like to teach people. Number 1, the pattern would be what I call toward the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 strings of the D chord, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings right there. And And we're going to figure out what fingers best fit our picking comfortability. Now, one option would be to use your thumb on the 4th string, your first finger on the 3rd string, your middle finger on the 2nd string, and your ring finger on the 1st string. Because what you're really trying to do is learn to dedicate certain fingers to certain strings. So when you go to pick, they know where they're going and they know what they're going to do. And so it's not just, trying to do something like that. You're really trying to develop a pattern. Hey, Steve Stine here from GuitarZoom.com, and thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, can I ask you a favor? Please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Your feedback means more to me than you'll ever know. And be sure to check out my YouTube channels where you'll find over 1,000 videos to help you with your guitar playing. Thanks again for listening. Stay positive, keep playing, and keep having fun.
If you'd like some help with your guitar playing but you're not sure how to get started, go to guitar-zoom.com and look for the Help Me Choose survey. By answering a few simple questions, you'll get Steve's personal recommendation of the perfect course for you. All this and more is available for you at guitar-zoom.com.